It is a beautiful Friday afternoon, early Friday afternoon, June 9th, 2023, and we're just running some errands today and just passed by this massive apartment complex. I'm going to show that to you. Look at the size of that thing. I'm going to see if I can actually zoom in a little bit here. Look at this. People won't be living in houses. They're going to be living in affordable housing like this right here. This going up in Indio, California. Huge. So just wanted to point that out to you as we're running some errands today. But I'm going to go over some of the news today with all of you too. Printed up some articles, and I want to talk about this article coming from the Hedge CEO. I talked to 48 lenders about debt for a new apartment project. 0 came back with a bid. So right now, what we're seeing, we are seeing credit tightening, and it's going to tighten even more. But in this article, step over here where it's a little lighter. In this article, One River Asset Management CIO Eric Peters. Since the collapse of SVB, the market has frozen. Credit started tightening, he said, 6 to 9 months ago. He said that the lender for our latest 30-story project in a Tier 1 city backed out. We spoke to well over 100 banks. No one will provide financing. As we see a credit tighten more and more, it's going to affect everybody. It's going to affect building. It's going to affect households. It's going to affect the entire economy. Things are going to freeze up. And look, people are out today. The sun's out. People are oblivious to what's happening. They're working on this one right here, but obviously they've already got financing for this. But what's going to happen now where people like Eric Peters, One River Asset Management, what happens when lenders begin to back out? What happens when builders cannot borrow money for these projects and they're not building? It affects the entire economy. Remember, real estate, construction really is the entire economy, right? If it goes down, everything goes down. And we're going to start seeing things really freeze up because of credit, ladies and gentlemen. So just wanted to start the day out, update you with that. That article comes from the Hedge. Check it out. But as I was reading that this morning, we passed by this thing, and it's a big one, and I wanted to show it to you because places like this aren't going to be built if builders cannot borrow money, and that's exactly what we're going to begin to see. A lot of these large home developments are not going to be building. New apartments won't be built, condos won't be built. It's going to freeze up, ladies and gentlemen. So they can tell you that everything's okay, but I'm here to tell you, looking at the data, you know as well as I do, things are breaking, credit is tightening up, it's going to affect everybody, and there is no stopping. The genie is out of the bottle, ladies and gentlemen. So I am now in La Quinta, California, a bunch of townhomes going up, development called Solterra. Now, you cannot buy these homes, you can only rent them. Get this, they're 3 to 4 bedrooms. They start at $4,000 a month. They go to $5,000 per month. That is for rent, $4,000 to $5,000 per rent. Again, you cannot buy these. They are for rent only. And look at the amount of properties going up. So like they say, you'll own nothing, you'll be happy. People are just renting their cars, going to be renting their houses, they're renting their clothes, they're renting everything. Imagine $4,000 to $5,000 a month and you never own it. Absolutely incredible. CNN had an article today. America's housing crisis is about to get worse. As you know, State Farm and Allstate no longer providing home coverage policies in California. 10 insurance companies have stopped providing homeowner coverage in Florida. And we're looking at coverage throughout the country going up and up and up. And any of you who are homeowners have noticed that your policies have been going up, and they're going to continue to go up. So what does this mean for the housing market? Well, people right now who are spending 39.5% or 60% of their income on a mortgage are going, and on top facing inflation, paying more for food, paying more for fuel, paying more for everything, on top of all that money they're paying towards a mortgage. Well, now they're paying more for their policies. And so how much more can people take before they just cannot make those house payments, or they just can't afford to buy a house because they can't afford the insurance to cover the house? And as you know, if you buy a house, you got to have insurance. So insurance policies are getting so expensive, that's going to not allow some people to purchase homes, and the people who already own homes are being strangled by inflation, by the cost of these policies, and literally the cost of everything, as they can continue to see their savings accounts drained, their retirement accounts drained. I mean, how much more can people take before they can no longer take it? So that's going to be another problem for the housing market. Here's another one today. Home foreclosures are rising nationwide, with Florida, California, and Texas taking the lead. So foreclosures were up 7% in April, up 14% year over year. And remember, it's not just mortgage rates, it's jobs, it's real wages. If you don't have jobs, if you don't have real wages, you can't afford to buy a home. You're going to see a problem in the housing market. And so I guess if people can't afford to buy a home, they're just going to rent a home. But who's going to rent a home here in La Quinta for $4,000 to $5,000 a month? I don't get it. This is unbelievable. $4,000 to $5,000. That's what the website says right now. So comment down below. Let me know what you think. Would you pay $4,000 to $5,000 to rent here? These houses are on top of one another. I mean, it's a decent area, nothing great, but $4,000 to $5,000 a month? I don't think so. I don't think so. Here's another one from the hedge today. 30 San Francisco hotels face incoming debt maturity wall as default dominoes loom. This is really getting concerning. As most of you know, Park Hotels and Resorts just bounced on a $725 million loan with 2 San Francisco hotels. Over 30 San Francisco hotel owners have mortgage deadlines in the next 2 years. Hilton, Big Hilton near Chinatown, has a $97 million loan due this coming January. San Francisco, ladies and gentlemen, is now a hellhole, and people are getting out of there. People are going to bounce on these loans. You're going to see massive hotels go down. And who's going to pay the price? Probably going to be taxpayers, going to be regional banks that are going to feel the brunt of this devastation, without a doubt. But what happens if people can't afford $4,000 to $5,000 to rent these homes? What happens here? We are going to see big problems coming, ladies and gentlemen. The money is running out. We're going to see a credit crisis take place. And we're seeing an unemployment crisis taking place. Even though they're telling you unemployment is only 3.5%, you don't believe it, I don't believe it. How many people right now can afford $4,000 to $5,000 a month to live in a townhouse here? Absolutely absurd. Here's another one from CNBC. Americans owe nearly $1 trillion in credit card debt. And they break it down by age. 30 to 39, 5.8 thousand they owe. 40 to 49, 7.6 thousand. 50 to 64, 7.2 thousand. 65 plus, they owe 4.7 thousand. Now, that's just individual. You break this down into households, it's doubling. So you're looking at households, you know, husband and wife, 40 to 49, that now is over $15,000 of credit card debt. 50 to 64, that's now $15,000 of credit card debt per household. And I think the number is actually much, much higher than that. But I'll walk you through here just so you can kind of take a look at this stuff. But beautiful day today. Take a little walk, get a little exercise in. I don't get it, ladies and gentlemen. I don't get it. Who is going to pay for this? But this is where we're at. Again, you can't buy these. You can only rent them. Let me check out this next article for you. This one from the Hedge. Services no longer required, America's fastest shrinking jobs. So So while they're building homes like crazy, this is the projected change in employment between 2021 and 2031. And I rounded off these numbers for you. Cashiers, we're going to see 335,000 less cashiers. We're going to see 207,000 less secretaries and administrative assistants. We're going to see 130,000 less office clerks, 102,000 less executive secretaries, 96,000 less miscellaneous assemblers and fabricators, 78,000 less retail sales workers, 77,000 less bookkeeping, accounting, and auditing clerks. We're going to see 69,000 less fast food cooks. So, as we have lots of people coming to this country, how are people going to feed themselves if they cannot work? How do we support a housing market if people don't have jobs, if they don't have real incomes? How are people going to feed themselves? How do people put a roof over their heads? And you just say, well, most of them will just rent. Well, yeah, renting at $4,000 to $5,000 a month, this is ludicrous. Another article today, Saudi Crown Prince threatened major economic pain on U.S. amid oil feud. Very, very interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Things are going to get much, much worse in this country. After the U.S. president vowed to impose consequences on Saudi Arabia for slashing oil production last year, Mohammed bin Salman threatened to sever ties and retaliate economically. It's a matter of time, ladies and gentlemen, before Saudi Arabia just says goodbye to the dollar, goodbye to America. We're heading over to China. China will protect us. We're going to go yuan. We're going to use gold. We're going to trade oil with anybody in the world with whatever currency we want to. And they no longer want to be under the thumb. They don't want to be dependent on America. And you know what? They don't have to be. People have no idea what is coming to America, except some people do. The people who are buying gold, the people who are buying silver. Here's one from the Hedge today. China's persistent gold accumulation, a seven-month surge in holdings. So we're going to see who's right, Dave Ramsey or China. We have geopolitical uncertainty. We have global inflation. We now are going to see serious competition to the US dollar, and we're going to see who's right. Is it going to be China, or is it going to be Dave Ramsey? As I leave you today on this beautiful Friday, and I'll walk you through here for a sec, real quick. You know, we've got to make some real serious decisions here. We're going to have to make some sacrifices. We got to get ready for what's coming because it's knocking at the door right now, ladies and gentlemen. I don't give financial advice, but if you were my friend, a family member, I would say buy some gold, buy some silver, put it away, do what China is doing. There's going to be severe implications towards America because of the weaponization of the US dollar, supporting these wars, etc. The world sees extreme weakness now in America. They don't see leadership. The world's looking for leadership. The world's looking to a currency that isn't weaponized. The world is looking to be more free. And I think that is going to really have a severe consequence to the US dollar. Countries are now looking at other options, and Saudi Arabia being one of them. And once it happens, it's going to happen quick and it's over. And I think a lot of people don't understand what's coming. And I know people will go, well, you can't, oh, JB, you can't eat gold. Really? You can take gold anywhere in the world. It is one of the most liquid assets on planet Earth, and you can convert it into literally any currency on planet Earth. So today, if I wanted to go sell some gold, I'd go to one of these refiners, one of these gold dealers. I could go to a pawn shop. I could go to a jeweler. I could go to a coin shop. Again, one of these gold and silver places that buy and sell gold and silver. I could sell it online to SD Bullion. By the way, if you need any gold or silver, go to my link down below, SD Bullion, fantastic company. I don't care where you buy it from, ladies and gentlemen, I just think you should have it. But it is one of the most liquid assets on planet Earth. So I could convert it into dollars today, and I could go take those dollars and spend them on anything I need to, like food. I could go to the grocery store. I could go sell an ounce of gold today for nearly $2,000, go to the grocery store, buy $2,000 worth of food. So I don't know, these people that say you can't eat it, They haven't read history. They haven't seen what's happening in Venezuela. They didn't look at what happened in Zimbabwe. They didn't look at what happened to countries that collapsed, what was left, what had purchasing power? Gold and silver. Yes, barterable items, very good. But these people who tell you you can't eat gold are completely wrong. Of course you can. You go and you take that gold and you convert it into a currency. If the farmer isn't going to sell you beef or food for a piece of gold or a couple grams of gold, then you convert it to a currency. But what if the currency goes, ladies and gentlemen? Are you going to be able to buy things at the grocery store with dollars if the dollar goes? What if the dollar goes to nothing? What if it collapsed? Then what do you have? These people that say you can't eat gold or silver, I want to see what they're going to do with their dollars when the dollar collapses. I guarantee you, gold is always going to have purchasing power, and gold is the most liquid asset on planet Earth. China knows it, the central banks know it, and you know it. So I just wanted to show everybody a little something that's going on here in the desert of Southern California. They're building literally hundreds of these homes over here. So wanted to check that out. But comment down below, where do you see the economy going? They're telling us everything's okay, but what happens as this credit crunch, this liquidity crisis does not go away? And remember, we're now going to print and borrow another $4 trillion. We know inflation's not going to go away. Jobs are going away. Incomes are going away. Savings are going away. Inflation is not going away. So protect your wealth, protect yourselves, have some gold, have some silver, and absolutely put some cash away. But ladies and gentlemen, as I leave you today, one thing you better have is security. You better have a way to protect yourself, a way to protect your assets, a way to protect your house. If you don't have that, it's all worthless because somebody will just take it. God bless all of you. Thanks for watching. Please like, please subscribe, share this video. Have a great weekend. Be safe and make sure you are preparing. God bless.